Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am speaking with Jon Wayne Hatfield. He has just released a fantastic new track called Good for Nothin'. I'm super excited to talk to him all about it. John, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I'm glad we could make this work. How are you doing today? What's up?
What's up, Austin, man? Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's a busy week down here. It's a CMA week, so you know, it's a good time.
Where are you in the world?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I moved here about 8 months ago to pursue
Nice.
my music. So,
That's kind of the perfect place to do it for the type of music that you're making, so I can only imagine things are headed in the right direction here.
oh man, you know what? Moving down here has been it's such a blessing, man. Back at home in Ohio, you have nobody that does what I do. And
Yeah.
hardly, you have like one or two people. When you come down here, it just inspires you to work harder because you have so many people around you doing it.
So I've heard. I haven't had the opportunity to visit Nashville, but I know it's definitely next step on my places to visit. Just based on the music scene and the food and the people, it just seems like a great place to go right now.
It is. It's a great time being down here. I do miss
Awesome.
I do miss the grass though.
Gotcha. um, so you've got this new track out. It's called Good for Nothing, and I've listened to it probably 5 times already. I love it. I want to know what it's about. Like, what does this song mean to you? What inspired it?
um, so I wrote that with a few good buddies of mine, Alex Pennington Smith and Josh Bird, and we were on a Zoom call one day, and Josh just kind of threw out this idea. He said, "Good for nothing," and I think we were all in the time of our lives. We were just like it was, it was like probably right before summer happened,
Sure.
and we were just sitting there and we were just talking about going on the boat, and we all love fishing and everything like that. And,
Okay.
being an artist, sometimes you are good for nothing. You wait around for a lot of things. So
It's true.
you know, so that's what it was really inspired about. I mean, we're just writing about the normal Joe who just works a 9 to 5 every day, and he just like literally cannot wait till a weekend comes so he can get some time off for himself.
Yeah, man. That seems like the overwhelming bad feeling of just kind of getting stuck in the rut and trying to find your way out of it.
Yeah, yeah, just getting a break.
Totally. Well, I also have to say that the song itself sounds amazing, and I know that you operate as a solo artist, but do you have any help putting these songs together, like on the production or other
Oh my
musicians?
gosh,
Like, how does it? Yeah, what's it look like on the back
I
end?
have such a I have such good people behind me. It's a small little group, but
Sure,
we wanted to get this song out as fast as we could, and we tried to get it out right in the midst of summer.
of course.
But we wanted it to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, so like when I
Yeah,
heard the song, and we went through a lot of we had a co-produce, and we had a great mixer on this one, and my producer Ed O'Donnell, he's a blessing for me. He's done a lot for me, so it's just been a group effort on this one.
nice. I mean, yeah, it really did turn out amazing, and I don't think people realize when it comes to being an independent artist that you can't do everything yourself. It really does help to have that team or even just like-minded musicians to help you out where you need. Like, it's such a nice boost.
Oh yeah, and Alex Pennington. He was a huge big deal on this
Yeah,
song. Man, he really helped us tighten the picture and see what we were shooting for.
that's awesome, man.
I love having the co-writers in on it too. He's Alex is also a great producer, and
Of course.
he's a great person. So
That makes sense. Now, obviously, the song is very much country inspired and country influenced, but I would love to hear from you. How would you describe it? Like, if someone had not listened to this before, what would you tell them before they click the play button?
uh, God, if somebody hadn't listened to it before, I would say don't be at work and have a beer in your hand. Just sit down, sit down and enjoy it. That's what I would say, really.
I love that. Honestly, it doesn't. It's not a complicated song. It's not a
It's really
complicated
not. Just have a
sound.
beer in your hand when you listen to
Totally. You
it.
know what? I tend to have a beer in my hand when I listen to most music, and it helps. I'm not gonna lie, it helps. So I like that,
That's the
man.
best part about my job. I always have a beer in my hand.
Very, very cool. So I mean, we're towards the end of the year here. I'm not sure what your release schedule is looking like, but is there anything coming up maybe in the new year that you'd like to talk about, or even just maybe like experimenting with new sounds? Yeah,
uh, you know, in a way, I started so young, man, that I just like, uh, finding out what I really want to be and like, where I want to be
Yeah,
is always a difficulty for me. I've released multiple songs that have sound different. I've released a lot of songs, that sound similar, and it's
sure.
just like finding that knack I want to go for. But I love just writing, and I love just finding good music to put out, man. And I can't wait till the next year comes. We got some big things coming, and I'm excited for it.
Awesome. How long have you been playing music for? Or how long has it been like a focal point of your life, I guess?
Music has always been a focal point of my life. It's
Yeah.
always been a getaway for me. It helps me through a lot. And but I started like taking it seriously probably right after I graduated high school. I met my producer that I have now. His name's Ed.
Nice.
I met him and we started putting out music. But what happened was, like, if I'm being completely honest, uh, I
Please.
started. I started. The music was flowing so fast, and like I
Yeah.
just felt like I always had to put out more and more and more. And now I'm more focused on putting out something that I'm really proud of and something that, I mean, I'm proud of all my music that I have out now, but like, I really want to tie it down and just really focus on like,
Yeah.
this next step of who I actually want to be that version.
No, that completely makes sense. Was there something specifically that made you take music more seriously? I know for a lot of people, it's like, oh, I just took baby steps until I was there. But it sounds like you met this guy and it was like, all right, let's do this thing. I would love to hear it from you, obviously.
Um, Really, it was the support that I had behind it. It was,
Really,
yeah, it
that
was,
feels rare. Not in the best way possible. Like,
yeah, it was, it was an overwhelming amount of support
yeah,
between my friends, my family, and um really my TikTok followers and everybody that follows
totally.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
They really pushed me to always they always wanted more, and so I really loved it, and it was a big thing. Sorry, my grandpa's calling right now.
No worries. No, that's amazing though. And like it helps so much, especially as an independent musician, to have that driving force behind you to really like push you in the right direction of doing this thing. It's like if you're gonna do it right, but also you have to have fun along the way. Don't take
Oh my,
yourself too seriously.
yeah, you gotta have a lot of fun. I mean, if
Totally.
you're not having fun,
So you have released a ton of singles, and obviously, I assume that the process changes, or do you think that you sort of found the way on how to start a song and see it through to the end?
what do you mean by that exactly?
I mean, like, everyone starts a song differently. Sometimes it starts with a lyric, sometimes it starts with a bass line or a guitar riff.
So you
I-
talking about writing?
I'm talking about writing, like what how does it begin and end for you?
Most of the time I love personally writing off titles and hooks. That's one of my favorite things to write
Okay.
off. So, you know, I love writing about family.
Sure.
So, anytime family's mentioned, I love writing about it.
Yeah.
But, just writing off a hook and, when we came up with Good for Nothing was just literally just, he said that hook, Good for Nothing. And, sometimes it comes with a melody for me. There's really only two ways it usually comes is either melody or just a hook. But, sometimes it all depends on the vibe in the room.
Totally. No, I completely understand. I don't know. Have you found that you've like refined the process over the years? Like
Oh,
was it
yeah.
difficult at the beginning and then you've sort of streamlined it into
Um,
now?
when I first started writing, yeah, like I didn't know what I was doing back then. I was just putting words together, and then
Right.
I didn't expect it to turn to this at all. I had
Sure.
no clue that I would be, I'd write songs that a million people hear. So that's amazing.
Right. No, I completely get it. And I can also assume that you're probably playing shows. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm playing more than
Okay.
days.
All right. So right. So how does that look for you? Like what does the set list look like? What kind of energy are you bringing to the table?
I usually start out. All depends on the vibe in the room.
Sure.
Um, I play usually I love doing. I do 4 hour acoustic shows all the time, but like
Jeez.
yeah. So I play out a lot, and so I mean, like a regular show, I usually start out slow. It all depends on the crowd, but then I always bring it up by the end of the night.
Yeah.
So I can't sit there and scream for 4 hours straight.
No, I don't know how anyone could do that, but good for you for trying. That's wild. Now, like I mentioned, we are very much towards the end of the year here, which is crazy. I can't believe this year is almost over. What does the next year of your life look like if you had to, like throw out some lofty goals or some things that you'd like to accomplish?
Um, with the next year, I hope it's I'm just able to top this one. That's all I'm worried about.
Totally. No, I
That's
completely
all I'm worried about.
understand.
I want to keep growing as an artist, as a person, and I have some big things planned for 2023, and I can't wait to say them out. But
No, that's awesome. How about like some personal goals? Like aside from the music, how do you plan on bettering yourself as a human?
um, probably just writing more and getting more in touch with just who I want to be, and this whole music industry, and just getting more in touch with that. And that's
Oh,
probably each personal goal.
awesome, man. I've got a couple more questions for you. I
Oh
want
yeah.
to know, what are you listening to? Obviously, we're always listening to new things, but do you find that the music you listen to has a direct impact on the music you're making? Or do you listen to different things to try not to make what you're listening to? If that makes sense.
I'm telling you, man, I listen to a lot of different things. I'm stuck on Hardy right now with a heartbeat.
Okay,
I I love Hardy so much, and I love Tyler Childers, and
sure.
uh, them kind of people are huge inspirations to me.
Yeah, man.
They just never quit in this town. So
Very cool. Well, I've got one more. I basically want to know, for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person that's going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
um, hmm, hmm, I've never got asked that question. That one's a little weird. So repeat it real quick
What is
for the
an
person.
what is an opening line or message that you would like to say to someone who's going to listen to your music for the first time? I can give you an example, or you can just throw out whatever you want.
I don't put out songs to be famous. I put out songs to connect with people.
I love that. That's a message?
I don't sit there and put out I don't put out songs just for the streams and everything. I put out songs that I know, and I write songs that I know that can hopefully connect with somebody and help somebody out one day. So
Sure. I will back that up, and I will say that, obviously I've listened to, I think, all of your music at this point, and there's such a sincerity and like freshness about it that it's not like manufactured. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's 10 people in a studio and 30 producers trying to write the hook and write the most, catchy line possible. It's just feel good music that
yeah,
like comes from the heart. And I think that's why I like it so much. I think that's why people will like it so much when they do listen.
yeah, that's really what I want to do. I'm not worried about just being mainstream. I just want to be
Of
able to
course.
connect with.
Oh man, you're doing your thing. And I love that. John, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. I'm so happy we could make this work. Please let me plug your music for you one last time. Everyone out there, the song is called Good for Nothing. We will have links in the article so that you can listen and share and follow along. But it also sounds like there's a ton more on the way. So stay tuned. Hop on the bandwagon right now. It's the perfect time. And yeah, I thank you so much for your time, man. It sounds like you've got a busy day today.
Dude, thank you for having me. Seriously, it was fun.
You're so welcome. I hope to speak soon, and take care. All right, later.